What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? You rocking with Livin Large, coming at you live from Ottawa, Ontario, home invasion show. Y'all already know what it is. And today we're going to be talking about X-Men, the future of X-Men under the Marvel Disney umbrella, and just the whole rumor that's been circulating now about certain characters going black and shit like this. You know what I mean? So, again, I kind of said this on the radio, and I will say this here on the video. A lot of channels have been talking about this already, discussing this, and just talking about their, pretty much talking negative about the whole idea of the characters going black. And I will talk about, you know, them characters and shit in just a little bit. But to me, I'm going to talk about that side, but I also want to talk about the other side of the spectrum and how, in my opinion, it could work, you know? So, first and foremost, for those of y'all that don't know, Marvel bought Fox, so pretty much Disney bought Fox and Fox Studios, and everything that was owned by Fox in terms of like the Marvel characters, so X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, all of them are pretty much owned by Marvel now. So they went back to Marvel, they went back to Disney and all this, you know what I mean? So now, with that being said, and honestly speaking, I was excited. I'm not going to lie, man. I was hoping that I could see the X-Men under Marvel Disney, and I wanted to see what they're going to do. Like Kevin Feige, man, I've been trusting him with all them phases up until now. I'm not going to lie, right? And so I was like, you know what? I want to see what Kevin Feige is going to do with X-Men, right? Because, you know, I grew up in the 90s, man, and the X-Men animated show was up there, you know? So, to me, I kind of wanted to see how he's going to give it the take. And I kind of wanted to see them in their costumes from the 90s show. You know what I mean? I wanted to see that. Because I'm like, yo, the Jim Lee X-Men, that's my definitive X-Men, right? For those of y'all that don't know, again, I got to drop facts like this. But Jim Lee was the artist that designed their costumes. What you saw in the 90s show was actually from Jim Lee's creations. And they kind of ran with it because that was a comic series that was booming and bumping back in the 90s. And they translated that into the animated show. So to me, again, the definitive X-Men is Jim Lee's edition. Jim Lee's cut of the X-Men, right? So shout out to Jim Lee for giving us that piece of history in comics. But yeah, so that is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see something like that translated there. You know what I mean? But now it seems like, you know, now that they own it, they're going to be changing certain races for the characters. Predominantly, they're saying that Professor X and Magneto, they're going to change from being white to being black, right? And there's rumors circulating that Wolverine, they're going to change his race too. You know what I mean? So it could be whatever, you know. I don't know if they're going to make him black too, or they can just straight up make him Asian. Because, you know, Wolverine does have history in Japan too. Right, and yeah, so a lot of people have been voicing their opinion. Like I said on YouTube, everybody been talking about it, talking about how, you know, them characters in Disney kind of like race baiting or whatever, trying to score brownie points and all this nonsense. And, you know, in a way, I kind of agree, right? And I know a lot of black folk are probably going to be happy with this news, right? Especially with the whole Ariel thing and how they changed her agenda to being black and shit like this and everything else, you know? So, you know, hey, it's crazy. But to me, this is how I feel about this shit, okay? And I don't understand, you know, I want to say much about to all, all my black folk, you know what I mean? Them love right there, that's family pretty much, you know? But with them being all accepting of this, for them to actually eat it up and go with it, it's kind of crazy to me, right? I've been saying this. Shout out go out to them folk that actually are in tune, like-minded with what I'm about to say right here. Because what I'm about to say is, goddamn, yo, you can't take a character that's white or whatever and then change into being black and keep the story the same and expect color folk to eat it up like that. They've been doing it. And to me, it's lazy. I've been saying it's lazy. It's some lazy ass shit. You can't take a decorated character like that and then just change his gender and voila, that's it. We got black representation. You know? And the fact that black folk are actually eating this up and accepting it, that's whack, man. Y'all deserve better than that. You know? So to me, it's like, all right, X-Men, how you gonna change people's races in X-Men when they the most multicultural of all the Marvel characters? You know what I mean? They all being represented, whether it be a race or whether it be a country background or whatever, they all being represented. You know? Look no further. Nightcrawler's German. You know what I mean? Wolverine's Canadian. Shout out, go out to Canada. You know what I mean? Home base. Wolverine's Canadian. You got Gambit for the Cajuns. How many Cajun superheroes do you know? And they done proper too. Right? If he's anything like in the 90s show, yo, that's what's up right there. Right? Rogue, the Southern Belle. Crazy shit. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. You know what I mean? You want to talk about black, to me, it's like, all right, we already have black representation in the X-Men universe. Why don't we bring them characters up and make them, you know, featured characters, important characters, you know? Why change Magneto to be black when we got Bishop? You know what I mean? Give us a better Bishop than what we saw in X-Men, whatever, you know what I mean? Days of Future Past or whatever. That right there should have been Bishop's storyline. Bishop should have been predominantly featured. He should have been sent back to the past to correct the future, just like how they did in the comics. But instead, they sent Wolverine in the movies. Why don't you give us that movie all over again, but with Bishop this time? Right? We got Storm. Black Panther, the sequel. Black Panther and Storm, they get together. Right? T'Challa and Storm, they get together. They get married and shit in the comics. So with the sequel, why don't you introduce Storm and have that be her launching point, her jump off point, in order, you know, for the X-Men series or whatever. Develop her character, her story, her background or whatever, and give us that in the X-Men movies. You know what I mean? That shit right there. You know, not really black, but hey, Forge is native. We barely got any native superheroes too. You know what I mean? Aboriginal shit like that. You know what I mean? Give us that representation. Build on those characters. Work on those characters. Make them predominant characters. Or is that too hard? We're going to keep Magneto's background the same, but hey, we're going to make him black. That's easy. We can do that all day. We can do that all day. You know? So to me, it's just some lazy ass shit. It's some crazy, stupid ass lazy shit. I don't know. Like, we got characters like that. You know? That's one way. That's one way. But honestly speaking, here's another side of the spectrum. All right? Everybody knows this. You know, even I felt this when I was younger. Like, it's pretty blatant. Right? The relationship between Professor X and Magneto is that of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, you know? And because of that, you know, I vibe with both. I vibe with both. Like, I understand where Professor X is coming from, but at the same time, I understand why, by any means necessary with Magneto, Asteroid M, all that shit, I understand that too. I can't really hate him. I can't really fault him on that, you know? So to me, I see that relationship. And if they want this to work, if they're going to be bending people's races and switching them around and shit like this, you got to change the whole story. You got to change the whole background. You cannot keep Magneto's background as being, you know, a Jew that survived the concentration camps back in World War II. Like, I mean, that story right there is genuine too. Like, I don't understand why you're going to go and change that. But if you're going to do it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I might be wrong, so correct me if I am in the comment section below, right? But how many black folk were, like, black Jews were arrested and put in concentration camps and went through all of that? Right? If it happened, hey, it happened. Okay, do it up. Right? But to me, it's like, yo, I don't know any, like, I haven't seen it in any history books. I haven't seen it anywhere where they're talking about, you know, black Jews in all of this. You know what I mean? We do got black Jews now, right? Shout out to y'all. But back in them days, I don't know, right? So to me, it's like, yo, why you gonna do that? Why you gonna do that? But if you are gonna do it, change his origin story, man. Don't just change his race. Go the full way. Go all the way. To quote Samuel Jackson, don't be half-assed stupid. Be all the way stupid with this shit. You know what I mean? Changing his race and keeping him as, you know, a Jew that survived concentration camps, that's half-assed stupid. Change his entire storyline. And if you are going to do that, man, here's a way where it's going to work. Model him after Malcolm X. Model it after the civil rights. You know what I mean? The civil rights march, all of that now. You know what I mean? All of that shit. If you're going to do that. That's the only way, in my opinion, it's actually going to work. But again, that's too much work. And I'm giving Marvel Disney too much credit. But we'll see what they do, man. Honestly speaking, if they do that, I accept it. I accept it. If they're making a civil rights movement movie, I accept. If they're going to tie it with Black Panther, because they did touch up on civil rights with the Black Panther movie, you know what I mean, with the Black Panthers and just, you know, the whole dynamic between Wakandans and, you know, African Americans and shit like this. That was kind of interesting. So if they're going to tie it like that, by all means, I'm on board. I'm with it, you know? But again, if they're going to be changing people's races just for the fact of representation, false representation, as I like to call it, nah, I'm not with it. And black folk, y'all shouldn't be with it neither. You know what I mean? Because again, y'all deserve better than this. This is sloppy seconds, in my opinion. You know? Straight up sloppy seconds. We're going to make you happy, but we're not going to give you something wholly original or build on something that you guys already have. Instead, we're just going to change this guy's race. You know? There's a catalog. There's a whole catalog of black superheroes. But we're not going to focus on them. No. We're going to do it like this. Right? That's some greedy business practice too. Think about it like this, all right? In their eyes, why build up Bishop? Right? I know Fox did this. Marvel didn't really get a chance, but I'm including them. I'm going to include all of them. I don't care at this point. You know what I mean? But Fox did this. They're like, why are we going to make Bishop the main character and alienate the audience, and then they're not going to come see our movie? If we show Bishop predominantly in the trailers, he doesn't have that name recognition like Wolverine does, and because of that, the audience isn't going to come. And if they're not going to come, they're not going to sell no tickets. And if they're not selling no tickets, the movie's going to bomb and they're not going to make money. So it's a business tactic. So instead of giving us Bishop, we're going to get Wolverine. All right, cool. We got to get that money somehow, right? All right. And it's the same deal with this. Why work on a character like Bishop? Why put him out there and make him a household name like he should be? Why do that? Or we can just take Magneto, who's already a household name, that's already had a tenure since the early 2000s, with the storyline and everything else, mainstream appeal, all of that. But for representation's sake, we're going to make him black. Right? So anybody who isn't into comics, going to see the trailer with the helmet on, automatically going, oh, that's Magneto. I'm going to see that movie because it's an X-Men movie and Magneto's in it. We got that recognition. We got that going. Whereas if they put a character like Bishop, or if they put a character like Forge, you know, they're going to be like, who's that? But again, it's like, man, if y'all took Guardians of the Galaxy, if y'all took Groot, for God's sake, who had no lines other than I am Groot, and made him a household name, made him mainstream appeal, gave him that shine, gave him that rub, why can't y'all do the same for these already established black comic characters? Right? I'm seeing DC on the other side. They coming out with that Batman movie, and they talking about how You know, Rihanna is going to play Poison Ivy, already changing that race. They talking about Mahershala Ali going to be playing Commissioner Gordon, already changing that race. And they're looking for a Lenny Kravitz's daughter, Zoe Kravitz type, or full-on black girl to play Catwoman in that new Batman movie. You know? And they talking about they're going to give us a black Batman. Soon enough, they're going to be giving us a black Superman. Again, all well and good, but remember what I said before. You know? In my opinion, though, here's the thing. All right. Poison Ivy being played by Rihanna, to me, is a miscast. Because she could have played Catwoman, especially with a line like whips and chains excitement. I mean, it's given. It's like it fell in your lap at that point. So I don't understand why DC are going to go that way. Warner Brothers are going to go that way. But whatever. All right. My opinion, though, on the Superman thing, again, this is kind of going off topic, but kind of relating because of the comics with the Warner Brothers and DC and Marvel Disney. You know what I mean? But, like, we already do have a black Superman. We don't necessarily need to change Clark Kent's race. You know? We got Steel. John Henry Irons. Last time played by Shaquille O'Neal, and that movie did not get no justice. If anything, give us that movie. Put that character on. It goes back to what I said. Same thing with Marvel and Disney and shit. You know what I mean? Give us that character. Build on that character, man. If you can make Groot a household name, y'all can make all of these characters a household name. You guys are already making money. You guys are already banking on the X-Men name anyway. Who cares who you have? That's how I feel about this shit right here. Right? If they do the Civil Rights X-Men, I'm on board. I think it'll work. It'll probably make his money too. That's a plus. Positive right there. Right? But if they're going to take the X-Men, keep everything all the same, except we're going to change them races, change them faces, melanize that shit, nah. That shit not going to work. And anybody that's smart and got their third eye open like they should be, they know. They can see right through the bullshit. All the business practice and all the corporate greed. Y'all already know. That's how I feel about this. Y'all can hit me up, Livin Large 187 on Twitter. Once again, that's at LIVIN Large 187 on Twitter. Let me know what y'all think. We can talk in real time, or just leave me a comment in the section below. Facebook, YouTube, whatever. It's all good. Do it up like that. But we're going to kick it back to the tunes. I got a couple more tracks we're going to spin. We got Keith Sweat with Jared Levert coming at you with just one of them things. Holding it down. Cleveland and Harlem connecting together like that. And I want to say rest in peace go out to Jared Levert. Fallen soldier right there. We're keeping that legacy alive. It's a home invasion show. Y'all already know, baby. That one out. But yeah, that's what it is with this whole Marvel Disney bullshit and this whole race switching shit. You know what I mean? Again, man, we got a whole catalog of these characters. I can't stress it enough. I can't mention it enough. You know, give us some characters and work on them. To me, if y'all really about this representation shit, if y'all really about bringing out these characters and making us feel represented and shit, give us those characters. Bring them to life. You know, don't give them a side character role. Give them a main character role or a predominant character role. Don't give them just 5 minutes of screen time. Give them about half an hour to 45 minutes out of a full 2-hour movie. You know, at least 45 minutes is what I'm asking for. Right? That would be the right thing right there. Anything else? Nah, unacceptable. That's all I got to say. Livin Large, 187, Twitter. Y'all already know. Take care of yourselves and each other like Jerry Springer say, baby. Peace out, y'all.